In today's exciting and awesome episode, I'm going to show you how to add one of these continue buttons. As you can see right now, it doesn't do anything because I haven't saved my continue point. It's that green thing over there. So let's go pick up some damage. We'll waste some stamina. Over here, before we do all that, see this door? Right now I can't go in it because I don't have the key. This white thing is the key, so I picked that up. Open the door. Probably see it better if I stand over here. Alright, so we'll waste some stamina, run around a bit. Jump our way back over here. And try to get through this. Whoops, missed it. I'm really good at this game. Okay. Now if you see the levels are all down there. And we start the game again. Continue is now white, so that will work. And you see the levels are all going back up again. And without picking up that thing, I can open the door. So I still had the key. Alright, so how did I do all of this? Okay, so what happens is when you crash into that green thing, it calls this script, which is coincidentally inside of the green thing. And it looks to see if the colliding object was the player. If it's not, it just jumps out and ignores it. Otherwise, it finds the game menu object in the scene, which would be this game menu script that we're working on, and it calls the save continue routine from it, passing in the collider, which is the player, coincidentally. And also in this script, you could instantiate particles and sounds or whatever you want to do when the continue is hit. And you could also destroy this continue object thing here so that it can only be done once every time the level's loaded. Alright, so anyway, we're calling this save continue routine over here. And then we set has continue to true so that if you restart this level, instead of starting the level from the beginning, it'll start using the continue. And then we set the save level to the loaded level. Then we save the has continue value of 1, which means true, it has a continue. We save the level number, so this way if you have multiple levels, it'll load the right one on continue. We save the character's position and rotation, its maximum health, current health, stamina, all this other great stuff. And this has key thing is if we had the key to open the door, so the player, get component, game menu move, has key, which is this over here. Does he have the key? But that is irrelevant to this script in particular, but if it has it, we set the value to 1. If it doesn't have it, we set the value to 0. Alrighty. So now, you restarted your game, and the continue button is now enabled. So down here in the start window routine, we have the continue button. We use show button or box again like we did in the controller setup, but this time I've added it so that you could change the colors to white and gray down here in the show button or box routine. Okay, see the colors getting passed in. Instead of being hard-coded, we just insert the value in here so that it shows what color you want. Swell. Alright, so back up here. So we set the window ID back to pause so that when you hit the escape key, it goes to the pause window. Then we set is continuing to true so that when you're loading the level, when the load level event gets fired, it knows that it was continuing so it can load the data. Now we actually load the level from the player preferences level, which is the saved level number. And up here in the load level, this is just doing it exactly the same way we had it before when we did the load progress bar script. And on level loaded, now we have, if it was continuing, we load the continue data. And down here, it sure is getting to be a big bouncing around mess. Right, so we load to continue. So is continuing is false because we're no longer loading the level. Then we get the player in the scene by its tag, because now we're on a new scene and we have to get that. And we get the saved level from the player preferences. We set the position of rotation from the preferences, and we use this string to vector and string to quaternion from up here. I made two helper functions for that. That's these two. And all that's simply doing is making an array of the string by getting rid of the parentheses. So we start at the first character and go to the second to the last, which is actually one before the last character. So that gets rid of the parentheses, and then we split that string up on the comma, which gives us our three values. And we parse those to float, return them as x, y, z, or x, y, z, and w for the quaternion. So that's all very dandy. So here we go back down to the load routine. So that's all loaded up in there. So we get the health and the stamina and the strength and the has key from the player. We get the game menu move script, which is this one, and it has the key. Whoops. It would say if it's true or false. And then it has loaded it all back up. So is it equal to 0? If it's not equal to 0, then it's true. Alrighty. So back in the game, we play our game here. And we begin the game. Alright, so as you see, if we restart the game, we go back to the beginning. But if we hit the continue, go on a little bit, we restart, we'll go back to the continue position. So now, oops, I want to do that. Now if we restart the game and go to continue, now we're at the continue zone, and for some reason my ground turns black sometimes. I have no idea why. It's completely random, so if anybody knows what is happening here, please tell me. But anyway, if we restart, we'll go back to the continue zone. And that's about all there is to that. I don't remember if we had the key or not, so let's go see if the door opens. Nope. So we will have to get the key. Not that I had to turn around to do that, but this exciting music just seemed fitting. Now the door is opening, and we can go inside. And now the door closes. Eventually. There it is. And that's pretty much all there is. Alright. So hopefully this was some sort of a help. And if not, then it was probably just a big waste of your time. Have fun, and catch you later.